from the first generation of Pokemon, there are quite a few iconic creatures in the 151 odd mix of monsters we got there, with inspirations ranging from the mythical, to the realistic, to the ancient. Three families of false Pokemon, obviously, are very close to my heart. Let's talk about the inspiration for everyone's favorite gods of chaos, Ammonite and Amistar. Hello, I'm Professor Ginkgo, and welcome to Monstrology 101. So why am I doing a video on Omanyte and Amistar anyways? Well, this week is Ammonite Week. Ammonite Week is the last week of April, and everyone in the paleontology community has decided to come together and make an entire week on these wonderful, amazing creatures. I hope that you check out other videos. Edge made a video right here talking about it, and please enjoy. I wanted to do a paleontology video for a while, and this gave me a perfect excuse. Everyone knows the Ammonite line from the Helix fossil in the Gen 1 Pokemon games. You get it by getting the Helix fossil from Mount Moon and delivering to Cinnabar Island. Its debut generation, it made quite a splash. No, okay. It became a pretty iconic Pokemon, showing once in the anime, and again in the manga as the protagonist Yellow's Pokemon. It was well remembered in recent years for being the mascot in Twitch Plays Pokemon. Twitch Plays was, well, a stream which the chat had control of the game, and it was every bit as chaotic as it sounds. Check out a video here if you want to watch that. Thanks to the Helix fossil being at the top of their inventory, anytime they'd go into their bag, they'd consult the Helix fossil for advice on what to do, and chat latched onto the Helix fossil as a godly guide. They even managed to revive it, which was pretty cool. I did not expect it to get that far. Okay, so what about the real thing? You might be familiar with Ammonites as though curled shell things show up in museums, but what were they exactly? Ammonites belong to the subclass Omanyte, and they're cephalopods. They're actually more closely related to the non-shell cephalopods, like octopuses and squids, than the shell nautilus that we have today. That's pretty cool. I assume nautiluses to be more closer to the Ammonite, seeing how similar they are in terms of lifestyle. And hey, check this out. If you look in the decks right here, you see that Amistar is actually closely related to Octillery. Ammonites come in a lot of different varieties, from the small to the big, like the massive Parapuzosia sepinrensis. Parapuzosia had a massive of 3.5 meters in diameter, or 11 feet for us Americans, and was a big lad to say the least. Their shells were pretty weird too. There's the classic Spawa shell that they were known for, but there are some really weird ones, like these Nipponites over here. Seriously, what the hell? All symmetry is thrown out the window for a plumbing system of a shell. There are some other weird shells out there, but Nipponites definitely take the cape for the weird shell. I'm not even sure how they moved with that, but it had to work because there are quite a bit of them actually. Speaking of the shells, I'm sure you're wondering about the use of it. You might think it's for display or for protection, but in fact, it's for movement. You know this thanks to the other shell cephalopod that lives today. Remember me talking about the Nautilus? The Nautilus uses their shell to swim by drawing water in and out of its shell, what's called a siphon, making this really the cutest jet-propelled animal that ever exists. Also, it can change its buoyancy by putting water in and out of the shell, which is neat. He's like a little submarine. Ammonites have the same structure in their shells that Nautilus have, although it looks pretty different if you're looking closely, and this is even referenced in Omanyte's dex entry. Ammonite shells are very common, and they're found all over the world to the point where they're used to tell the time period of the rock they're in. When an extinct animal is found in a specific time period, and it's really common, it's called an index fossil, and they're really useful for paleontology actually. Ammonites are so common in fact, that you can even wear them as jewelry too. Didn't know that one, huh? Ammonite is made from two specific species of ammonite called Placentaris mikai and Placentaris intercalare. Although the fossilization is specific to this one region in Canada, there is so much of them over time that there's a good chunk that we can buy, although it is still a very rare gemstone. Despite being so common, however, outside of ammonite shells, we don't know a whole lot of their general anatomy. Because ammonites are soft-bodied, their squishy bits don't preserve all too well, which is a real problem in trying to learn more about these animals when all we really have are their shells. But a recent paper of January this year went over an amazingly preserved fossil in the famous Solnfin limestone located in Germany. If you're a normal person and the word Solnfin limestone doesn't make you think, wow, let me break it down for you. The Solnfin limestone is what's called a Lagerstätten. A Lagerstätten is a formation with exceptional rock that has amazing preservation, which might include the soft parts. The reason for this is due to the rock being in the place with little to no oxygen when the animal died. This stops scavengers from eating the softer bits, and oh my god, I just love these types of formations. This fossil had what was under the conch, so to speak, if you know what I mean. Hey, get your mind out of the gutter. I'm talking about the digestive tract, the gills, and the siphon. Oh, and also its junk too. It was probably a male specimen, although they're still figuring out that last part. It's not clear on how these Ammonite's insides got outside, but a predator drilling into it, taking it out, and accidentally dropping it isn't all that far off the table. I just love these little Ammonites, they're so cool. And I just love Omanyte just because of how much closely it actually resembles one. It even has the same tentacle count. And I just hope this video has been educational for y'all. This video was extremely fun to make, and I was honestly looking for an excuse to get into paleontology content as well. Please enjoy the rest of Ammonite Week. Look at the hashtag Ammonite Week on Twitter and YouTube to find more stuff about these amazing extinct creatures. See you next time. I'm Professor Ginkgo. Enjoy your day.